welcome to Zville Lessons for Live channel. My name is Xander Villain, and today we're going to be covering Black Sabbath Paranoid. We're going to do this in two parts. The first part is an intermediate tutorial, and I'm going to cover all the parts pretty quickly, but I'm going to show you how to play it in two different places on the neck because I play it different than the original. The second part will be for you beginners, where I get into guitar structure, breakdowns of the chords, strumming patterns, and a few tricks that I want to show you. To jump ahead of that section, go down in the description area below, click on the time code under beginner lesson, it'll jump ahead in the video. Let's go ahead and get right into this. Hey, welcome to the intermediate section of Paranoid by Black Sabbath. Start with, it's going to be 4 different parts. Basically, you're playing this out of E, and what you're doing is you're flamming up to, or hammering up to, the second octave E on the 5th string, 7th fret. And I do it there because that way when I get the chunking going later, I can get the open E string in there. So it's basically hammering up. So you put your index finger across the 5th and 4th string on the 7th fret and hammer up on your 4th string to your 9th fret. 3 times, and then obviously it's a little staccato on that. First one is slower, second 2 go back to back real quick, and then it's, which is just your climb out of 7 and 9 on your 4th and your 3rd string. And I'm hammering up, so I'm only picking once. Until that last note, because you come back there, I pluck that too, because then you're ready for the chord again. That's where I do it. And then I do this here. Now I can get that low E in there by having my position be here rather than up on the 12th fret. I'll show you that in a second. You probably got it already, but I'll show it to you anyways in a second. But the second part of the song is down to a D, and that is E to a D to a G, D. Quick one. Just go, second octave G off your 4th and 3rd string, back down to your D off your 5th and 4th string. That's 5th fret on the 5th, 7th fret on the 4th, and then for the G, it's 5th fret on the 4th, 7th fret on the 3rd. Back up to your bar chord E. And then he does a hit. It might be this, which is on your 12th fret, 4th and 3rd string. You might want to add the 2nd string. Hear that? Now, if you want to do it here too, you could do the D position. Since you're right here, you could do, see that? It's the same thing. It's D, right? Up to, what would it be? So it's a D, E, F, G. So basically he's hitting a G there. Or you can go here. See? So basically you're just hitting that G. I watched him on a video, it looks like he hits it here. So you could do that, that, or that. That's that part. Then it's, and that's a C, D, E. One other part, it's like, can you help me? Down to a D. Are you from my brain? Oh yeah. Now the way that Tony Iommi looked like he was doing it on the video was up here on the 12th fret. Now he probably did that because he wanted to get the deeper string sound by using the 6th string. So it's 12th fret, 6, 14th fret on your 5th, 14th fret on your 3rd to create that bar chord. Otherwise, it's the same stuff I showed you. The only other thing for this whole song, besides the lead, which I'm not going to get into, is at the very end, the very last thing he does when he's doing on the way out. That's what it sounds like he does to me underneath. You can still hear the other one on top. It sounds like he goes G, and then he hits a D by hitting the 5th and 4th strings open. Hear how that's a D? And that's what he's doing here. Instead of, he doesn't put his finger there. It sounds like he just hits the 5th and 4th strings. So it's G. You might bend it slightly. And then down to the lowest E. 6, 2nd on your 5th, 2nd on your 4th. So that's pretty much it. Go ahead and plug all the parts in where you want and have a lot of fun. This song can be rocked out in many different ways. And let's get right into the beginner section. Hey yo, welcome to the beginner section of Black Sabbath Paranoid. All right, so we've got 3 main chords with, on the bridge, you got a C in there too. So it's going to be a E, it's going to be a D, it's going to be a 2nd octave G, or just that. It's really only 2-note bar chord. And then back to this, but then it adds, I'll show you this in a second. On the bridge section, it goes, and that's a E and a C, and back up to that D. So I've already showed you the E, the D, the G, and now we got a C. Then at the very end, it's got a kind of a single note G, a specialized D, and then the E, the lower E on it. So let me show you how these chords work. I'm playing it out of the 7th fret of my 5th string to create the 2nd octave E on the neck as a bar chord. Looks like Tony Iommi, the original guitar player from Black Sabbath, did this on the 12th fret. He did it here, I got a feeling, because he wanted the thicker strings involved to get a heavier sound. So he did it on the 12th fret. That's still an E. This is an E, 7th fret of your 5th string barred. 12th fret of your 6th string barred is the 2nd octave E as well. The way I'm gonna show you how I play it, then I'll show you how he plays it later. It's gonna be the same bar chord pattern. So once you got this bar chord pattern, you can just move it all over the neck, right? I'm gonna show you a couple alternatives to that strike too. All right, so you can see there's 3 different positions there. I'll show you where that strike is in a minute. For this E that I'm doing, you can do it with the open 6th string when you're doing the power chords, when you're doing the chunks. But I'd keep it clean when you're doing the actual hits. That way it's not all muddied up with the 6th string. But basically what you do to get that bar chord is you go to the 7th fret, 5th string, index finger, then 9th fret on your 4th and your 3rd string. For the chunking, I would say doing the full 3-fingered bar chord with the 6th. When it comes to the other hits, I would say take your pinky off and only worry about hitting the 5th and the 4th string. And that's it right there. You can move this same thing around the neck. So here's your E. Move down 2 frets to the 5th on your 5th string, and you've got your D chord. Move down 2 frets to the 3rd fret on your 5th string, 5th fret on your 4th string. There's your C, and then when you do that, that's going to be just dropping from your 5th string to your 4th and your 3rd string, 5th fret on your 4th, 7th fret on your 3rd. That's your 2nd octave G. Here's your 1st, here's your 2nd. All right, so those are your main chords throughout the whole song. That's how you play them. Now if you wanted to play it up here, off the 6th string, it'd be the same things. 12th fret, 6th string, 14th fret with your ring finger on the 5th, 14th fret with your pinky on your 4th. Right? So, and then once again, this is going to be your G on your 5th string. It's going to be your 10th and 12th fret. 10th fret on your 5th, 12th fret on your 4th, your index and ring. So, same thing all the time. Let me get into how to play the song now. That's all the chords. I'll show you the strike right now, and here's where it goes. When you go... Or, so what you're doing is you could do G, D, E, and then back up to G quick. Back to the E. Or you could come up here. I think this is what he does, is he hits it here, and he covers 3 strings. 12th fret, barred with your index finger on your 4th, 3rd, and 2nd. Because he's here, so it's easier. He just goes... He doesn't have to move anything. He just kind of lifts these fingers off, hits it, and he's right back to it, right? The other way to do it is to just go back to the G like I just showed you. Or you can use your D pattern, move that up to the 7th fret. It's the same as this, listen. If you're not really good at moving quick, you might want to do it up here, and I'll cover that at the very end. But let's go ahead and talk about this real quick. The opening to the song is the same chords, but you're picking instead. So here's your E, like I just talked about. You take your index finger covering 5 and 4 on the 7th fret, and you take your ring finger and on your 4th string, and you flam up to the 9th fret, right? It's slow, fast, fast. So it's slow, fast, fast. And then it does a climb, which is... That is 4th string, 7th to the 9th fret, 3rd string, 7th to the 9th fret, 4th string, 7th to the 9th fret, 3rd string, 7, 4th string, 9. Now, you're hammering on there too. There's a lot of hammering on here. And the reason he comes back down, so he's got his fingers in position for that E chord again. If you're not good at hammering on yet, you can go ahead and learn to pick it slowly. Just go. I'll take it slower. All downstrokes on pretty much everything in this song, by the way, guys. But if you can hammer on and you're a little bit more experienced, on the 4th string, when you're doing the, you do a hammer on, go up to the 3rd string, down to the 3rd string, hammer on, back to the 4th for a hammer on, and then pick. Because you're changing strings, you can't do a hammer on. So you got 3 hammer-ons, then a pick. Hammer on, hammer on, hammer on, pick. Okay? So here we go. Nice and slow. 'cause she couldn't help me with my mind. People think I'm insane because I am frowning all the time. Down to the C, D, A, or E. Again, C, D, E. Now notice I had that E, that low E on the 6th string ringing out, and then I stopped it and I hit the clean. Then I bring it back in again. Once again, all downstrokes on this, guys. Okay, so that's those 3 parts. The beginning, the vocals. Remember, it's G, D, E, G. Now, if you want to get that extra note in there, you could do it up here, or you could just go to here. So it's. See how I went up there and did that? You could do it with your index or your ring, then right back to here. Now, notice also, when you're doing the D thing to the G, you don't have to move your index finger. You don't have to go. You don't have to jump it like that. You can just leave your index finger there and just... You're moving your ring finger down 7th fret of your 3rd string to the 7th fret of your 4th string, G to a D, and then back up to the E, where you can hit that open again. This is one of the reasons I play it here, right? I like to have this open string, and then also if you're not doing the chords here, I see why he did it that way, because he wanted the thickest open string as part of his power chord instead of these thinner strings, which 6th string or the 5th string is a little thinner than the 6th. So here's another part that I haven't talked about yet. So there's the 3 parts I've talked about: the opening, the vocals, finished with my woman 'cause she couldn't help me with my mind. The bridge, there's another little vocal in there. It's another bridge. It's like, can you help me? Are you from my brain? Oh yeah. That's it right there. It's just E and D, the same chords you're already playing. But instead of just doing single hits, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and then down, 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 1, down. It's always down. It sounds like they're doing, which is down, up, down. It's a down, up, down. I'm hitting some tones there, but can you help me? Are you from my brain? Oh yeah. I might be wrong. It might be just a single hit, but you can put that in there. Down, up, down, right? Down, up, down. I'll do it real slow. Can you help me? Are you from my down, up, down brain? Oh, down, up, down. And then back to down, 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 down. That's all the parts except for one more quick little fun thing at the end, and then the lead I'm not going to get into. At the very last time before the song abruptly ends, they do this. That's the end. To add a little flavor and punch it out, he does this. Now what he's doing there is a G, because you got G, D, G, D, E. G, D, E. That's the final end, right? Because he doesn't go back up to that. G, D, E. I go to the low E. To get the D, you've got D, A, and D, right? Well, you got D, A, D. Here's your A. Instead of D, A, to make a power chord, he does A, D. So it's G, and then your 5th and 4th strings open, and then your E. So it's a single note G, 3rd fret of your 6th string, open, 5th and 4th, and then down to your regular E, which is your 6th string open, and your index finger on your 2nd fret of your 5th string, and possibly the 2nd fret of your 4th string. If you listen carefully, you hear that. That's the very end of the song. Now, to round this off, and now it's about plugging all this in where you can. To round it off, I'm going to show you how Tony Iommi plays it. I'm playing it here. Hopefully you've seen my octaves lesson and the lesson on positioning different positions on the fretboard for the exact same key of the song. So this is an E from your 6th string on the 12th fret, 6th, 12, 5 on the 14th fret. Now it's the same notes as on your 5th string, your 7th, and the 9th on your 3rd string, or 4th string, or your 4th string, 2nd fret, and the 4th fret of your 3rd string. E, E, E. If you don't know about that yet, go ahead and check out my octaves lesson, because I talk about the different positions a single note will be on the neck. So what Tony Iommi does, and I think because he wanted to have the thickest the 6th string involved, he plays it here. Now see how I didn't have to move anything? I just went up and hit these because I've got my index finger right here barring the 12th fret. So I've already got that G right there. I don't have to go to here or here to get it. He just does it there. He just does the top end. See that? There's the top end of a bar chord. And then he'll do this. Because that's E, C, D, E on the 6th string, guys. And then he'll do that other one. Can you help me? Are you from down, up, down? Oh, yeah. And then back into it. If you're not too familiar about moving different positions, go ahead and play this. Once you get used to that, go up here. And now you're starting to learn the neck more, right? And then, so that's all 4 parts, I guess, right there for the Tony Iommi position, where you're taking your E on the 12th fret, right? The only other thing is to cover real quick again, this. The reason that works is you've got your D chord, which in case you don't know, it's an open D on your 4th string, then it's your index finger on your 2nd fret of your 3rd string, your ring finger on the 3rd fret of your 2nd string, and your middle finger on the 2nd fret of your 1st string. That's your D chord. Should be one of the first things you guys learned. So if you take that, that's a D. I got a video coming out pretty quick here about this too, by the way, using different structural open patterns like this and moving them up the neck and using them in different positions on the neck. So here's one of the prime examples. D, right? E, F, and G. So it's D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G. And if this is a G and this is a G for those hits, right? You could also go here. So you get that. See, because this is the top end of this. Hear how if you do it up here, it's the next level. See that? So that's just another thing you can do. Hey, so that's it. I hope you guys got something out of this video, and if you did, please hit like and subscribe. That'll help our channel grow. To check out another video, click this link right over here. To check out our channel, see all our videos and playlists, go ahead and click that link over there. Thanks again for watching. Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath. We'll see you on the next one.